Welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be showing you how to defeat Erlang, which will complete the secret ending in Black Myth Wukong. In order to get to Erlang and the secret area in Mount May, we need to do a few things first. You need to have completed the secret areas in chapter 1, 2, 4 and 5. So in chapter 1 you must have defeated Elder Jinshi. In chapter 2 you must get to the kingdom of Sahali and defeat Fuban. In chapter 4 you must have cleared the Purple Cloud mountain area. And finally in chapter 5 you must have completed the Bishu Cave secret area. And you must also have completed the treasure hunt quest in chapter 3 that starts in the Bitter Lake area. There are videos up on the channel regarding these secret areas. Once you've done all this, go to the Great Pagoda Shrine in chapter 3, make your way to the top of the building, and then there'll be a cutscene and then you'll be teleported to the secret area. Once you get to the secret area, the path's very linear and you'll get to a shrine and then you'll be able to face Erlang. Before that I'll show the skill tree. So I've got stamina maxed out as well as the left side of martial arts, maximum health and stamina, critical hit chance, critical hit damage and attack all maxed out, as well as 1 point in maximum mana. I'm using a lot of the spells defensively here to heal up and to get away from Erlang rather than dealing damage, because he stops a lot of those spells later on in the fight. And then we've got smash stance completely maxed out as long as the left side. I haven't put any points in the other stances, so we can put those points in other places. I have a few in immobilize, again only useful for the first phase really, and then these other spells no points in there, only in transformations. Onto the equipment, I have the Sun Wukong armor along with his staff and the plantain fan, which is a very useful vessel for this fight to knock down his defensive bar, and also the mythical frog spirit there was very good. And I've got these 3 curios. I think you could use any curios you want really for this fight, but these are the 3 I used. This first fight is split into 3 phases. You have the first phase up to 25% health, then at 50% health, and then the last 50%. We're at the start of the fight and he'll always jump at you and throw his spear. If he catches you there'll be an animation and you'll lose quite a lot of health. It's fairly easy to dodge. He'll jump at you again and then you can get an attack in and immobilize, and then we're going to use the spirit attack and that gets down the defensive bar above his health really quickly. This also creates some distance so we can use the plantain fan vessel, and then you'll see the bar above his health disappear so quickly and we can then deal some real damage. This did work well at getting rid of the defensive bar, but he was still able to do quite a lot of damage, so be aware of that. We're just building up some focus, getting ready to use a heavy attack, and this is getting towards the end of phase 1. He'll see this burst and then he'll jump up and he'll throw this massive axe at you. If you struggle to dodge this, you can use the cloud step and get out of the way fine. So you just want to wait, it's fairly delayed, it's 1 dodge and a dodge again, because there'll be a shockwave that he creates as he lands. We then use the transformation. The key for this is not to let the tiger clip you. We do get clipped and it turns us out of the transformation, but if you dodge once and then hit him, he'll actually get out of his transformation and then you can use it as normal. So I used the Pluck of Many spell, which was okay for this fight. I didn't have any points in it, but I didn't find it that useful. It's all about trying to get his defensive bar down. The best thing for that was the plantain fan and the spirit attack, but both of them are on cooldown at the moment, so I'm using the Pluck of Many and I'm going to use the rest of my mana for cloud step. I'm not going to use immobilize in any of these phases because he just breaks out of it straight away, so it's a complete waste to use immobilize after phase 1. So I'm using the Pluck of Many. If I can get the defensive bar down a little bit, that's a bonus, but it's definitely not a necessity for this fight. Also when healing, you want to create some distance because he becomes really aggressive and rushes you when you heal. So we cast the cloud step here and we use the heal, and that's no problem. So you just want to be really aware of that, and if you do need to heal, just be prepared that he'll lunge at you like this straight away and try and get away from him as quickly as possible. We're about to cast the Plantain Fan Vessel, and you want a good amount of distance between you because this is easily interrupted as it's quite a long cast. So we set it up, it's knocked down all his defensive bar, we've got 3 focus points in our heavy, and we're going to deal a massive heavy attack here, 3,000 hit points, and we get him down to the 50%, and this will be the start of the next phase. So you want to create a lot of distance here. He'll send some beams out with his eyes, and this isn't too bad to dodge, so they will hit you occasionally, but you just keep dodging and it shouldn't be a problem. After he's finished doing that, I usually cast Cloud Step as the next attack. It's very difficult to dodge and the projectiles hit for a lot of damage. He'll then rush at you, but after he's rushed at you, it's a good time to ambush him. We get an attack in there and we use the Spirit Attack, and that's getting his defensive bar down. And then we then cast the Transformation. He's a bit slow to turn into his tiger form, but you'll see here he'll rush at us, we dodge, we hit him once, and that turns him out of the transformation, and then we're able to deal some damage. He is being very aggressive here, but we're dodging the best we can, trying to be patient and casting our spells. He then starts this attack, and I managed to dodge this really well. Again, I don't know how I did this, there was a lot of luck involved here. Managed to dodge a lot of that, and then we're out of the transformation. Whenever you see these swords, you just want to get away because projectiles will rain down. He then drags the spear, he clips us, but deals huge damage. So we're trying to dodge out of the way of this one. He managed to do a perfect dodge and get a heal off before he does some long range attacks here, and then he'll charge at you. So we managed to, and then here is again very difficult to dodge all these projectiles. We're trying to get down that bar. We use the Cloud Step as it was getting a little bit risky there. We heal up twice and then we get some attacks in. As soon as he smashes his spear down, these swords will come up and they'll follow you, so get ready to dodge away from these. And then he'll create this big shockwave, again creating lots of distance from him, and that's not too bad to dodge. He'll then do his attacks he did at the start of the fight, so he'll lunge here. Again, if these spears catch you, there'll be an animation and you'll lose a lot of health. We dodge that one, but we miss this one, and this is the animation, so we lose at least half of our health. I mean, to heal up quickly. I'm a bit cautious here because I thought he's going to be aggressive, but he doesn't lunge in, and we managed to get some attacks in and go again. So the key to this fight is the Plantain Fan Vessel and the Spirit Attack. I found these both really useful at getting down the defensive bar so we could deal some damage. The Cloud Step was also useful, particularly in phases 2 and 3, to get away with some of his attacks, and also be aware that when you do heal, he'll become very aggressive and lunge at you, so healing during the Cloud Step spell is really useful. The Immobilize as well is only good in phase 1, do not use it in the other phases, and build up your focus as usual and deal the big heavy attacks when you can. You saw that it was really good in the phase 1 that brought him down to 25% health, and you'll see at the end of this fight a massive heavy basically wins the fight.
Like a falling star. Rush the moon, and winds drive the clouds.
Our back's definitely against the ropes at this point, but we managed to cast the Plantain Fan Vessel. I thought he was going to interrupt it, but he doesn't. So we're just building up our focus here, dealing some damage, and we're getting ready to use our massive heavy. We managed to pull this off, deals a huge amount of damage, and then we're getting ready to use the Spirit Attack, which we managed to do. And then he's really close to the end of the fight, and then we're going to use the Cloud Step just as a safety net because we get clipped there, and then we manage to get a couple of attacks in to finish the fight. Hopefully this has been helpful. Thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe for more.